I wanted to pop on and say hello and just to have a few words about the type of person that will get the most out of this page and the following website, joemorrislab.com, the bottom, and just really to explain who is geared towards and who'll get the most out of it. And also as well to explain sort of how we can jump on at any stage where you are. So basically, I try and keep things very light and fun, maybe for my own amusement, for the amusement maybe of those who might be watching. But basically, I've split it down to a few areas: discovering, creating, and surviving / thriving in your lifestyle business. Now, I've said before as to why I think a lifestyle business is the way to go for a lot of people if you're of that mindset. We're going to cover a lot as to the type of personality that will do very well in this area. And you can decide to choose that as a basis or not, but it all boils down to if you have the heart and you have the will and the longing to want to do this sort of thing. And if you do, you know you have it. If you don't, and you've never really been annoying you or that little niggly thing in the back of your head before now, that's fine, it's not for you. So the three jumping on points really are from the discovering stage. It's literally that you have always wanted to do something. You may have a job that you're really successful in, or you're maybe not as happy in, but you have something else that you're really good at, or you've had a passion about, and you are thinking every day you go into work or you get up, you think, oh, I could have been doing this now or that. And then the day-to-day life, the requirement to pay bills, opportunities that come up in your current role that seem easier to take, the whole sort of cycle of you get into when you're working in another organization that keeps you reinforcing you into that. And maybe it's a case that you've built up so much skill in this other area, you think, I'll be stupid to jump over to this thing, which essentially is a hobby horse. But you see others making a very successful living out of that hobby horse, and you think, oh, I'd love to do that. So that's the first jumping on point, the discovering. Because not always do you have to jump in and do your own thing to get the fulfillment out of it. Also as well, what you may find that is a really nice hobby horse, when you dig into it and scratch the surface of those that are successful, but the grass is always greener on the other side, it's not as good as you might think. Then the other stage is the creating. So once you've identified really what you want to do, it's the putting together the real raw nuts and bolts of how you're going to do it, how you create it, how you build it, how the systems you're going to put in place, how you're going to try and maximize the boring stuff that has to be done and minimize the effort to do it, but make sure it gets done, because that's what trips people up. And also how you're going to make you stand out from everybody else who might be doing the same thing. And then the surviving and thriving part of it, it's really once you're up and running. And like they have the thing about the marriage with the 7-year itch type thing, it's the same when you have your own business. There's going to come a period of time where you're going to fall out of love with it a little bit, or when you're going to think, oh, same old, just grind again, and you forget all the effort you put in, and that you would have given your eye teeth to be in the situation you're in right now a few years ago, when you're trying to plan and you're at the discovering and creating phase. And so there's things you need to do to make sure you keep it fresh for yourself, and also that you need to make sure that if the time has come to jump on, you can do so. So that's the surviving and thriving stage. So any of these three stages, they're the jumping on points. And pretty much anything you're going to see, either an informal video like this, a formal training that you might get from our courses page or on the book section or any of the references that it'll all be split into the sort of category that it would be useful for somebody who's discovering, creating, or surviving and thriving. Occasionally there'll be something that will cover all areas, because a lot of the time stuff like mindset or attitude, it's applicable to all three stages, and it might cover all of them, which is fine. So then I would suggest you read it the whole way through. Depending on the type of learning style you have and your personality, it's good to read around areas and look at things that's not where you are currently. So if you're somebody who's already got a business and you're running your own business successfully, you're happy with it, and it's like fit the category of a lifestyle business for you, it's always good to still check over some of the stuff for the discovering and creating stage, because you might be something you've missed that you can implement later on. And to always keep learning is one of the key things that we need to keep be aware of when you're running your own business, especially a lifestyle business, because you need to keep the fine balance of between right growth and keeping control. And that's the difference, and that's the sort of the tricky pivot point that you need to make sure you have control of. So that's it for now. Hope you find it useful, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.